Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, no matter how them try to run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on the midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song, in the old neighborhood. As the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream. The shadows of that time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. I want to welcome all of you to another edition of the Afridamus Report. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Friday, good morning. Happy New Year to you too. And it's February 1st. You guys know what that means. I guess it's Black History Month, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, today, as you can see, our analysis is going to be about emancipation news. And this is going to confuse some of you because if you guys have been following, so Donald Trump, for instance, President Trump have said in the past that he would go down as one of the greatest presidents, this country has ever had. He said he's like Abraham Lincoln, and truly, he is like Abraham Lincoln, because you see, the blacks in America are not free, and their freedom is not stifled by quote unquote white people, because they like to say white supremacy. But no, it is other black people. Black people are the one trying to take away the freedom of other black people, all in the name of blackness. I mean, African people do this also as well. I think it's in the DNA. Believe you me. The reason why I'm able to study this, as an anthropologist and understand the dynamics, is because they trick you into being a part of their group, to group think. So there are certain people that are in place, either self-appointed or appointed by certain interests, and it's political because it's all about who is going to take power. So the Democratic plantation where the blacks belong to, have certain blacks in place to control other blacks. And these blacks are not free at all. Because if you're free in America, if you look at it, it's only black people who tell other black people who they should vote for. I mean, think about how disrespectful that is. This is why I see, like, even like Africans, some Africans, they would try this, especially people from my country, like Gambia. They would try this literally with you. And I would ask questions and I make it clear, like, what makes you think I should take what you're saying? Like, I don't know you. Just because we both African does not mean you get to tell me what I can or cannot do or say. So they limit themselves. Like here in America, the blacks, they limit themselves. So in that process of limiting themselves, I mean, it's like it's a slave mentality. So they see another black person who is free. If you notice, the people that are free, they hate those people. They call them coons. They call them sellouts. But today we're going to explore the second coming of President Trump. If you look at it, the hate, the rhetoric against him have dropped significantly. You know, people who were against him, somehow they are losing the leverage. And it's funny to watch. He freed these men again to be able to be themselves. I mean, because when you say freedom of speech, why do you think there's freedom of speech? It's not because you're using it to say things that people are going to be excited about. No. I mean, then what's the purpose of freedom of speech? If everyone sounds alike, think alike, combine alike, then that's not freedom. That's just, African black people doing what they do. But now the rubber have finally met the road. Ever since Trump won, he is freed the black people from the plantation. First, we had Nelly, Soulja Boy, Snoop Dogg. In fact, Snoop Dogg I remember in 2016-17, Snoop Dogg was against Trump big time. He even made, a video. And in this video, he's depicting that he is shooting Trump. I mean, which in itself, like that's a crime, right? But he was able to get away with it because of the plantation that he was on, the Democratic plantation. And so Snoop was calling other people coons himself, people that disagreed with them. So when you look at it, these people, when they say black community, it wasn't based on people who have similar interests, people who care about one another. No, it is you have to allow them to control your way of thinking. Like, for example, yesterday in my show, you guys have seen some of the Africans who were losing their mind because I was talking about the actual news that's happening. But in their head, they think that I should think like them, despite we don't have the same background, the same conditions. The only thing we have in common is we're both African. So therefore, they feel like, this is how I feel. You should not say this. So they use the same type of talking points like the blacks use for racism. They will be like, you're going to get your wake-up call, your black wake-up call. Have you noticed how if you differ in thinking from these people, the first thing they do is to wish something bad to happen to you? How are those people for you? Think about that for a minute. So I refuse to accept the weakness that you are trying to put onto me. And then, since you feel like I don't accept it, then you wish harm upon me. So it's the same thing with the racism. If the person is like, no, I've never experienced it, or what is racism? It's not real, right? Then they would wish harm upon you. They cannot definitely tell you what it is. They cannot tell you from their experience. They would tell you about something we all saw on TV. Like if something bad happens to someone, then they start telling us, oh, what about that person? Well, you don't know that person. I don't know them. We both saw this on TV, like the George Floyd case. Everyone saw it on TV, right? So we don't know exactly what the real story is. We don't know what was in that police officer's heart. We don't know. One thing that is for sure, the image was terrible. Like, shouldn't wish that on anyone. So now we come to, because these are like weak people, weak-minded people. Imagine weak-minded people coming trying to tell you how you should operate. Since when did this become a thing? It's crazy. Like, it literally, they've made it a thing. Even like some of these immigrants are doing it now. Oh, you people that talk about the deportation. Well, it's on the news. It's everywhere. So we shouldn't talk about it. So if we don't talk about it, then it will disappear. Is that what this is? No. We go into, Trump winning. He won, we all saw it. So for his inauguration, he invited, mind you, invited Nelly, Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross, um, several other rappers. And this is not even directly like the Trump campaign. These people were invited to perform at the Bitcoin convention. I mean, we're talking money here. These people, were slated. They were getting paid a lot of money. But let's watch their critics who are going to criticize them. So you're not a rapper. You can't, these people make money by performing. Getting invited to this thing is a big deal. It's a great thing. It's a big deal. But you see how wicked these people are? They come to you, they pretend, oh, it's about blackness. But they can put no money in your pocket. What is the benefit of me associating myself with you? Like what's the benefit of it? Oh, just so we just all black. So they don't want Snoop Dogg to perform there. But with Snoop Dogg, I would give the blacks the pass on that. Because see, Snoop in the past went along with the hate against Trump. So he's changed his mind. He's being a hypocrite. So they have a point. I gotta give that to his critics. They have a point on calling him out. So I have several clips here. Nelly went on the Willie D show. If you know Willie D was a former rapper. I mean, Willie D, like, he's got lots of followers, right? He used to be a rapper, but I mean, talk about being dumb. If you want to hear, dumb analysis, dumb conversation, and being a crybaby, watch the Willie D show. Like, Willie D is the type of, one of those black people who, like, they lack self-awareness, they lack intelligence. Like, they will be talking about other people being racist while everything that comes out of their mouth is what would be considered racist. So it's like they are projecting their own thinking onto other people. They think people are thinking this way, when in fact they are the ones with these evil thoughts against other people. And they come out and say it as a matter of fact. And they would openly say this, then cry victim. And I'm like, we're looking at you spew evil and hate towards other people. So it's a sign of, people lacking intelligence. And generally, he would sound like an angry black woman every single time. But Nelly approached him with intelligence. And I would play that clip here. Then we have another clip from CNN and this show called Dr. Richie's Show. In another story, we're going to be talking about an oversized rapper. Oversized. I mean, this lady, wait till you see this video. So she is suing, Lyft. That's right. Kind of like Uber. And the guy in the video sounds like an African, like a Ted or Jamaican. Remember when Tariq and these blacks were like, oh, all these Africans do is driving Uber. And I told the blacks before, I said, they're like, they don't care about Uber and Lyft. But you see, I said, the Africans can deny you rights because most of them drive the Uber or Lyft. They can deny you entry into their car. They can do that. Well, we're about to find out. But in this case, mind you, a car has what they call the overload weight, like where, the payload, what the amount of load a car can carry. And I would tell you, this woman, she said she's like 540 pounds, but I think she's lying to us. I think she is a little bit over that. So, mind you, we didn't see the guy in the car. We don't know what his size is. So this is why it's dangerous. I would talk about the dangers of carrying oversized people in your sedan car. This driver has a point, and he also has the right to refuse service. So this is just lack of self-awareness, lack of accepting truth, delusion. Can you believe that this woman wants to sue over being denied entry into a car that she can't even fit in? This case would not go anywhere because the moment they get to the court, they're gonna be like, hey, bring the scale. That's right. Let's bring the scale and let this woman step on the scale. Do you think the scale is gonna go in her favor? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that. So let us go to the first story here about the rappers. Okay, let me do my fair use and we'll go straight into it. We'll start with the CNN clip. CNN is so pathetic. But here we go.
I can do some shuffling too. Look out, man, what you gonna do? Look out, boys, it's coming through. Yeah, man, yeah, man. Boy, he got educated feet. Boy, I practice all the time.
At this thing.
Yes, when I said I'm
And I think it really does beg the question whether the culture is starting to thaw to Donald Trump. Are they?
About time.
I don't know. I don't
About
think so.
time.
We definitely saw a lot of people.
So if you think about it, a lot of the things that black people in America would say they're outraged about and say is racist, is all cooked up right here on CNN, MSNBC. It is people on TV telling black people what they should be outraged by and what they shouldn't, and they go along with it. So you would see this with other people as well, who like they are completely clueless about what's going on. So these people are sitting on TV, they getting paid millions, right, to deceive black people. Let us hear what they are about to say about the rappers who performed at Trump's inauguration.
Sexy Red, others say, he sent me a check, so I'm good with him, the stimulus check. And I understand that there is that crew of people who are like, the stimmy check came, I like him now. Snoop and Nelly in particular are apolitical people and apolitical artists. Like you see Snoop with Martha Stewart, he's like, I fly over, I want everyone to like me. I think this is more about capitalism than politics.
So mind you, the people on CNN, they are going to be giving you examples. It's like elitism. They see themselves as the elites, the black elites. Like, look at the smirk on this woman's face. It's like, have you seen people like her who like they walk around like like they are the shit, for example? Their face always looks constipated. This is very common with lots of women like that who they think they are educated, they got good job, so they have this condescending look, looking all constipated, and they like to sound like they know what they are talking about, when we all know she has no clue about what she is saying. The talking points are handed to her. It's not like the Afridamus report where I decide what the topic is going to be, what is going to be said. No, all her talking points are handed to her. So they're sitting here, they're like, yeah, let us come here and tell these dumb blacks why they should go against Snoop Dogg and all these people. Because you see, they are supporting, a fascist Hitler. Because you see, even though we all sat there, Obama told us how terrible Trump was, but then we saw Obama yakking it up and, smiling and, laughing with Trump. We all saw them transfer power. And still, we got people who lack the common sense to be like, if Trump was really what they say he is, why did they transfer power to him? Do you think, from what we know, from what we were told and what we read, documentaries, everything about Hitler, imagine Hitler taking power. Imagine that. And everyone already knows what he is about, and somebody is that way. Do you think Obama, then if Obama is kicking it with him, then Obama, what does that say? Then Obama is evil too, right? So you got played. But these people truly believe that black people are actually dumb. So here we go.
Said Snoop, it's the crypto ball. We got 250 for you or 150 for one night. Come do 10 songs, 6 songs, whatever. Yeah, I'm there, homie.
But
Nelly, the same thing.
There are a lot of rappers who have sided with Donald Trump for all kinds of. He pardoned several of them.
giving away pardons.
Yeah.
So if you notice, you, the black person, you are the only one. If you notice, you're the only group of people that someone has the audacity to tell you to go against your own interests. So they're saying, oh, some of them supported Trump because he pardoned them. Oh, so if you are locked up and the person that pardoned you, don't you think it makes sense to support that person? I mean, Joe Biden and Kamala, they had power. They did not pardon these people, but they are telling you and I that you see, some of these people are terrible because you see, they support Trump. The reason why they supported Trump is because Trump freed them from prison, from their cases. So it is dumb for these people to support the individual that freed them. Do you see how dumb that is? But they expect you to buy it. And there are many dumb people who would be mad at somebody like that. Oh, you should hate Trump because I hate Trump. Why do you hate Trump? Oh, TV told me. Oh, you ask the guy, why do you support Trump? Oh, because he pardoned me, he freed me. Oh, he put money in my pocket. Oh, you are terrible. You shouldn't support the person that did all that. Do you see how stupid this is? This is why I keep telling people, do not, when they start saying this black community thing, distance yourself, because it's not about freedom. It's not about being free. These people's job is to keep you down. So here we go.
I
He's giving
mean,
away pardons to people, and that's why they were endorsing
but
him.
I mean, what's going on there? What is it about these particular?
These are
men?
not
but
the
these-
intellectuals of hip hop. These are not except
then-
for Kanye. These are typically not political people at all. Like like I said, there's some in the hood. There's this notion of he's tough.
So this guy, they are supposed to be the black intellectual. What's with their afros? What's with the afro? Whenever they act like intellectuals. So these people would come on TV. He wants to speak on behalf of Snoop. Like they speak about you like you lack intelligence, like you an infant. So it's like they sit there, oh no, this person is not political, as if they know them personally. They are speaking on behalf of these people. What does that tell you? They see you as somebody in the plantation. These are the gatekeepers. It's like, no. Snoop on his own will never change his heart and support Trump. It's just, like they would give the excuses for you. Do you see how manipulative and dangerous these people are? So this is why I say is the second emancipation. Abe Lincoln freed the blacks, and then the blacks got locked into the plantation in 1960s, quote unquote civil rights. So now this is the second coming to free the blacks again.
He gave us money, right? They're not.
I was reminded also, I mean, back in the 80s, Donald Trump was, at the boxing matches. He was with Don King. I mean, he was in a different place in the culture. He went into the 90s as the subject of rap songs. And just, Gail, I know that you're not a rap expert, but
I am definitely not.
Not a rap expert, but something happened in this election maybe where because of his victory, all the business people were like, you know what? Trump is no longer politically toxic. And some of these folks are making the exact same calculation on the music side as well.
They are doing exactly that. And it is an honor. It's an honor to be able to sing at an inauguration. It's an honor to be able to sing at
the white woman with the logic. It is definitely an honor. See, let me tell you, those of you that are watching me, if someone is hell-bent, the only way you can be friends with them is they try to impose their thinking onto you, or things that benefit you. You want to pursue them, and it's not going to hurt them. They can give it to you. But instead of encouraging you, they start being negative and going against you. That person is your enemy. They don't want what's best for you. So let's hear from the white woman here.
One of the balls. It's an honor. I have a daughter who's a singer, and she was on American Idol, one of the finalists.
Yes, that's right. I remember that.
And she was asked to sing at a convention. And she lost so many friends and so many fans because she agreed to sing.
Wow.
And I just think it's time for entertainers to get out of politics and entertain.
Well, they're getting into politics
Wow.
in some cases.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
Keith, I mean,
Shut up and dribble. Wow. I didn't think we were going to go there.
well, Keith, I mean, what would you say? I mean, if Snoop was...
You know this? So, you know, there was a woman on Fox News. What's her name? I think Megyn Kelly. Was it Megyn Kelly? Because you guys know LeBron James immersed himself into politics, and the things he was saying at the time, they were dumb. Megyn Kelly said he should shut up and dribble, right? And they got upset about that. Very upset. Yeah, Laura Ingraham. So now LeBron, for example, we've seen the things that LeBron kept talking about, right? So now these blacks are going to tell Snoop Dogg and others to just shut up and hold the mic. So freedom of, when they say freedom, you know, it's not free. They get to tell you what freedom means. It means shut up and do exactly what we say. And they're not saying anything that's in your best interest. So it's usually people who they have nothing in common with you. They just use the skin color. They are usually either gay or they, you know, they just the people they speak to, the ghetto black people. You think Abby Phillips lives in the ghetto? No, she doesn't. She doesn't. So here we go. Nothing against Abby Phillips. She's just presenting what her white masters, you know, gave her to present, and she's getting paid for it. So here we go.
Sitting right here at this table, what would you tell him?
Well, I had a disagreement with Snoop, I think, a year or two ago. Something he endorsed Rick Caruso.
Did you tell him?
He was supporting Rick Caruso.
So they brought this guy in. He's a bit suspect the way this guy loses his mind. So it's not like, for example, if you support a candidate you like, with these people, they have, you know, it's like you would ask the person, common sense would say, ask them, and if you want them to support your candidate, you sell your candidate to the person, give them a reason to support the person you support. But no, these people, they say, oh, they show lots of hate. And mind you, he's a former Clinton White House aide. Former Clinton White House aide. So he's about to spew some lies here that people have been running with. Here we go.
For mayor of Los Angeles, who I disagree with, and I stated that publicly as well. But, you know, I think that a lot of these rappers are not the intellectuals in the community, as Teray was pointing out, but it's also a dishonor to the black community. Yeah. I mean, if you look at Donald Trump, the man who would refuse to rent to black people in the 1970s, who tried to lead a lynch mob against 5 black and brown kids.
So these are all lies. He's talking about, let's say, the Central Park 5. We've all read, I mean, not all, but most people who are not just repeating what he is saying. So those Central Park 5, that case, go look at it. The prosecutor was a Democrat. The judge was a Democrat. Trump, a private citizen, who at the time in the city, everyone, like, you know, you can read this. one of the suspects or two of them confess to this. So Trump, a private citizen, took out an ad and expressed his opinion. So now they're making, oh, he's against all black people. No, he is against those people. So now, is he saying all black people are criminals? What is it about these people that they want to push the black criminality? They make it a black thing. But when people point out the stats, they get upset. Imagine you're an upstanding black person. You know, you follow the law. But someone like him is saying, okay, some drug dealer over there gets arrested, gets shot, whatever. Now he's saying this have to be your issue, and you are part of this. It makes no sense. This is why I'm saying you're not free. The white people are free. Do you see white people associating themselves with white criminals? Do you not think there are tons of white criminals? Tons of them. Show me one white criminal that, you know, something happened. Do you not think that, like, there's an equivalent of George Floyd out there, which is even worse? I've seen it. We've seen videos of cops doing, like, those cops did the same thing to a white person. And this white person was just having a mental episode. Mind you, he didn't commit a crime. And they were laughing while they did it on camera. Did you see all white people seeing that as their problem, or these people being outraged about it? No. I mean, yeah, it's terrible what happened, but it is not, this did not happen to every white person. So with black people, these people are forcing your mind to form an association, to put yourself part of that group, you know, a group of people that would be accused of a crime like that. I mean, if they were innocent, the court would have decided that. Trump wasn't the one sitting on the bench. Trump wasn't the one, you know, prosecuting them. He's just a private citizen. And he said Trump didn't rent to black people in the 70s, but he does now. What else do you want? So here we go.
In the 1980s for the Central Park case, who refused to allow black casino workers to have a prominent place in his casinos in Atlantic City in the 1990s, who spent 5.5 years lying about Barack Obama's birth certificate in the 2000s, who came in office.
So since he is a former Clinton White House aide, meaning, so the birth certificate that he just mentioned, guys, can you believe, peep this, do you know who first started that story about Obama being born in Kenya? Hillary Clinton. Because don't forget that Obama, before he became president in the primary, the Democratic primary, him and Hillary were the last two. So when Obama wanted to run for president, Hillary Clinton was the one that came up with that story. And we still don't know if the story is true or not. You know, for all we know, Obama could be born in Kenya. For all we know. They haven't proven it yet not to be true. Did you see when Trump and Obama were at Jimmy Carter's funeral? Did you see how hard Obama was laughing? Maybe, just maybe, you never know, maybe Trump leaned and said, look, just come out and tell the truth. We got the proof that you are from Kenya. You're Kenyan. you're getting deported. Who knows if that's what Trump said? So, from experience, what I know to be true, when you say you accuse people of something they are hiding, and I mean, if they tend to be super upset if it's true, and they will continue to hide it. But if it's a lie, they will just come out and debunk it. But here we go.
And then it attacked black people like Colin Kaepernick, who attacked Ruby Freeman and her.
Colin Kaepernick is not even black, but okay.
And her daughter, Shay Moss, for simply doing their jobs as Fulton County election workers. You dishonor those people when you go and perform for this man who has done nothing but dishonor black people. And just last year, he was calling Haitian immigrants, accusing them of eating cats and dogs. This is not so.
So you see it and heard it. He's reaching, he's all over the place. He's saying, so there was these election workers in Georgia who, like, apparently the camera shows that they were doing some shenanigans. So Trump calling that person's name to be investigated, he is saying this is against all black people. Was it all black people in that voting precinct doing what she did? This is the type of stuff I'm talking about here. So, speaking of that, let's hear Nelly go at it with Willie D.
But that say we're not giving you this backlash because of your political affiliation or your political choice or whatever. We're getting.
So you're seeing this, right? I just showed you the CNN clip. So they made they brought it on CNN to let these people know, you can be in that plantation. So now Willie D calls Nelly onto his show. Like Nelly owes him and the black people an explanation on why Nelly, a free American, a free person who lives in a capitalist country, he can choose where he wants to perform, who he wants to associate with. He calls him to come and explain himself. But let's hear what Nelly got to say.
Giving you this backlash because you are propping up a white supremacist.
I would ask them to show me where he's a white supremacist. And here's the thing. Okay, I get it. He did say if you don't vote for me, you're not black, right? Oh no, that wasn't him. That wasn't him.
So I like how Nelly is being sarcastic and cooking him on his own show. He said he's a white supremacist. No, do you see how dumb these people are? Joe Biden went on a black show and said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. They have no problem on that. But Trump is the white supremacist. But let's hear Nelly give it to him.
Hold on. I'm trying to think. Hold on. He did create
I know where you're going.
He did create the crime bill in the 90s, which said that if you get caught with 5 grams of crack, you do a mandatory 5 years. That had mass incarceration. I think even the Vice President Kamala spoke on that part that said that the crime bill played a huge part. He didn't do that. Let me see.
So Stockholm syndrome. Nelly is correct. So the blacks, Joe Biden have been in government for 50 years, over 50 years. The blacks voted and made him president. He passed a crime bill and locked them up for crack. His son turned out to be a crackhead. So do you see why I say do not, like when they say black community, be careful, because it is the dumb section pulling you in. It is the dumb section pulling you in. Like Nelly, clearly, you see, Nelly is not dumb like Willie D over here or the rest. He's not dumb. He's thinking for himself. He's a free man. And if you're free, you cannot associate yourself with this crowd that call themselves black. It's not possible. The only way you can fit in is you have to be dumb like them. That's all that is. Nelly is proving it here. And when I say black, some people might confuse it, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
What did he do? I'm trying to think. The white supremacist. Hold on, I'm gonna get to it. Okay, he did not rent to black people. What was it, in the 70s or the 80s? Is that what they said? And like, oh, okay, is he written to him now? So nobody's allowed to change, right? See, here's the thing. So we can talk about past, but we never want to talk about our past. If we bring
boom, Nelly's about to lay it out. He is 100% correct. These people are hypocrites. Oh, black people love talking about the past, but they don't want to. They don't want people to talk about their past. And Nelly is correct. He's like, okay, so we want to talk about the past, but when it comes to us, our past don't exist, right? Let's hear Nelly elaborate on this.
Bring up, if our past get brought up in our community for a lot of what our men did, we always call it rehabilitation. Yo, these young brothers, we've been through a lot. I know I've been through a lot. If my past was what was going to prevent me from winning today, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that he ain't got some fucked up ways. That's not what I'm saying at all. That's why I'm not telling you who.
Do you guys see the look on Willie D's face? Exactly, Supergirl. You see the look on his face? Because he's been hit with facts. This is why in this, like when you confront these people with facts, they start getting animated. They would start shouting because they don't want the facts to be heard. Willie D, he thought he was going to bring Nelly in and say, oh, Trump is a white supremacist and all. But you see the look on his face? This is not what he wanted
to vote for. But what I'm saying is that he's the president of the United States. He's not the candidate for the United States. He's the president. He won.
I think if Trump, some of these ways, like with the housing discrimination that he participated in back in the 80s, if that was a one-off, if that was, or even if he had some other things going on where he looked like a bigot to us, that might be one thing. But it's another thing when he starts saying things like when you have a situation where you have black folks getting their heads blown off by the police with impunity, and Trump says, I'm going to give them even more impunity.
Hold on.
See, do you guys see how dumb Willie D is? He doesn't even know what he's talking about. He's talking about immunity. The cops already have immunity, buddy. But all right.
We're going to be the ones affected the most.
Impunity, he's not giving them.
He didn't say he was going to give them impunity. He said he was going to give them.
Willie D, the word is immunity, not impunity. Impunity meaning you can get away with it. Oh my God.
Immunity.
Right. Not for working outside of your job. Nobody's going to give anybody immunity to go around and shoot and kill people. Right? That means he could go around and shoot and kill the president.
But that's what he said he was going to do.
That means police can go around and shoot and kill the president. No. if you look at that law, it says outside of the scope of their job. It's the same thing. And a lot of us would agree right now that the police already have it, right? So why would we think that that would mean that if they're not paying now, then they're not going to pay, right? Listen.
Man, don't hit me with the bird, man, dog. Don't hit me with the bird.
Yeah. No, because I'm trying to choose my words carefully because I don't want to get into, rhetoric and regurgitation of what, back and forth on either side is happening, because that's not it. That's why I'm not telling you.
This is what freedom looks like. Okay? See, Willie D thought Nelly has to think and act like him. But Nelly's letting him know, no, I'm a free thinking man. So here we go.
Who to vote for. Because if you're saying in the 80s, hippie would have been a one-off. Well, okay, I'm not okaying anything he's done. I'm not here to take up for Trump. I'm just saying we don't hold everybody else accountable in the same manner. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, why aren't we holding mass incarceration and people who made a bill to encourage states to build more prisons? Why wouldn't we look at that crippled us as well? But somebody that owns a building in New York City, okay.
Mind you, what Nelly is saying here, Joe Biden, what he advocated for, sent a bunch of blacks to prison. Trump came and freed many of them. Do you see emancipation? He's like Abe Lincoln. So here we go.
That's in New York City, but that crime bill affected the whole United States. That crime bill affected every hood in the 90s. It affected every urban family to a certain degree, almost, that grew up in the 90s. We all come from, well, I ain't saying we all, people like us who come from certain areas of the states have.
You guys see how Nelly is very intelligent. He was like, oh, but then he switched. It's like people like him. See, he's not talking like some of these people who lack intelligence speak to assume it's everybody. No, he's saying some of them that came from that. This is how an intelligent person speaks. But if you're running around, you come from people that sell crack, you come from neighborhoods where people shoot and kill each other, this is the background you come from. Going around and assuming just because you came from that background, then everybody that looks like you, skin color, came from that. No, that is not true. That's what he's pushing here.
People who were affected by this crime bill, mass incarceration. Now they say that drug addicts, they need help. Back then, we were considered animals. In the 90s, we were considered animals. Lock them up. Don't treat them. Lock them up. Now, if you see, now it's an addiction. We need to get these people help. That, to me, that's more racist. To me, it's more racist to say if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, to a black man on a black show in 2020. Not
boom, he said it.
What somebody did in 1980. To me, that seems more racist to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
He left Willie D speechless. Speechless. Now, let's bring Soulja Boy responding to people bad-mouthing him for the same thing.
They pay me a bag, nigga. Obama ain't never put no money in my fucking pockets, nigga. Kamala ain't never put no money in my motherfucking pockets, nigga. Trump put money in my pockets, nigga. When motherfuckers are trying to say something about me performing at the crypto ball party, did Kamala call my fucking phone? Did Obama call my motherfucking phone? Did any of you niggas call my motherfucking phone? Oh, God, nigga. The fuck you mean, nigga? I do what the fuck I want, nigga. Trump called my phone, nigga. It wasn't even a Trump event. Trump wasn't even there, nigga. Y'all so worried about he performed, him, Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross. Kamala, you ain't even win, bitch. Obama, you ain't called my fucking phone, nigga. Y'all suck my dick, nigga. Y'all want me to not answer the phone of the fucking president? Nigga, this nigga the president of the motherfucking United States, nigga. Nigga, Trump wasn't even there, nigga. It wasn't even a Trump event, nigga. It was the crypto bar for crypto, nigga.
Yeah. You've seen and heard that. The man is correct. They didn't call him. They called Megan Thee Stallion. They called Cardi B. They called Beyonce. So these people, they were just pushing feminism. So this is what a free black person sounds like Soulja Boy, like Nelly. He's like, yeah, they didn't call my phone. You that's criticizing me, did you call his phone and put money in his pocket? Man, you better go sit down. That's what he's letting you know. Let me show you one more clip here of another crybaby doctor. He calls himself a doctor, Dr. Rashad. I'm telling you, like, the plantation gates, Trump kicked it open for the blacks. Here we go.
Ross, Nelly, Soulja Boy, all of them. Trump concert galore. Let me do this first. Let me remind you of what Snoop D-O-G-G said back in 2017. Here it is.
So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you jigaboo ass gonna be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the out one of you Uncle Tom ass for doing it. Which one of you gonna do it first? I was the one that performs for himself.
Prepare for your roast.
So this is Snoop in Trump's first term. He was calling people, other blacks, who he said if they perform for Trump, those are the coons, jigaboos. So he played the black game. He played it. So like with Nelly, we don't have any proof of him playing that game. Snoop played the game, but he changed his mind. But you see how these people, they operate through evil. So now they are going to replay what Snoop said back then. They supported that. They supported Snoop putting that video out, attacking free black people, people who are free to do what they want, to support who they like. So they control them with names. They call them jigaboos, coons, all kinds of names. So if those words, don't mean anything to you, you would do great in America. You would do great. So Snoop realized, hey, man, I don't want to play this dumb game. I'm moving on. Look at what they're doing to him now. Here we go.
Sir, put him up full mass. Now cut to 2025. Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross, Nelly, Soulja Boy outraged their own fans. Here it is, right here. You see this. Why? Because they performed at the inaugural crypto ball hosted by Trump's nominated AI and crypto czar.
So you see and heard that. So these people, they cannot create anything. They're not going to help you make money. All they can advise you to do is to not make money. That's what they're advising Snoop and others to do. Sure, like Snoop didn't support Trump back then. A lot of people didn't support Trump back then, but they changed their mind. People have the right to change their mind. I mean, imagine if everyone, imagine if you are held on to every single thing from your past. if people hold that against anyone, I highly doubt most people would be able to make it to the next day. All right, you've seen and heard that. Let us segue to another story here. So there is a rapper, I mean, because obviously nowadays, everyone, all the blacks are rappers, right? Anyone that can string few words together becomes a rapper. So this rapper, quote unquote, is delusional. And she makes that known herself. If you don't believe me, here, let's hear from her. Fair use.
Now, it's like my mind don't know that I'm this big. My mind does not know that I'm this big. So I be feeling like I can do everything. So when I walk in the gym, I feel like I'm fit. Or like if I'm trying to do certain shit, I feel like I could do it. And then I be like, damn, I can't do this shit. But in my head, I'm like, damn, I can do this. I'm gonna walk over there. Shit, I be going in the gym in front of all those people, 500 pounds in shorts, no shirt. Well, I have on a sports bra, but
Yeah. So her mind is telling her that she's like, you guys have heard this song. My mind is telling me no, but my body is telling me yeah. So we're gonna reverse it this time around. My mind is telling me yeah, but my body is telling me no. If you don't believe me, let me show you where her body told her no. Here, watch her on stage. And like the reason why I do this show, some of you gotta be careful. Just because you hear, oh, some rapper is performing, you better check out what these rappers look like. And if you're gonna go to the show, make sure you are in the back, because being in the front can be dangerous. If you don't believe me, let me show you what could happen here. Did you see that? Let me show you again if you missed it. Yeah, exactly. So you guys have seen, right? So she already told us, oh, she doesn't believe that she's that big. In her mind, she's athletic. In her mind, she can do whatever. But did you not see her? Her legs. Her legs could not keep her up on stage. This is why I said it's dangerous for you to be going in the front. If you're one of these people, for example, think about if she had fallen in the other direction on top of you, what do you think could have happened to you? I mean, like, that could have been your last concert. It could be. So now let us go to the news story here. So this woman is suing Lyft. Let's see.
From Lyft. She says it's due to her size. Jessica Dupnack from our Fox sister station explains.
Have you been in cars that size? Yes, I have. I've been in cars smarter than that,
Deja Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
So clearly, she's like, once she started coming towards when the car pulled up and she was walking towards the car, the guy making faces, she's like, oh man. So that's how she was lying, saying, she enters cars like that. No, the reason why she's like, there we go. When people say there we go, oh man, that means this is not the first time. This has happened before. Okay? It means this is not the first time. So, but I'm going to tell you a story here in a second.
already knew.
I can fit in this car.
Believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, you know, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
Every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL it's called.
No, I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized.
She should have ordered a forklift, okay? But here we go.
Canceled the ride and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough. Dank DeMoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
Let me tell you, this lady clearly have told us how delusional she is, right? She's clearly delusional. Let me tell you, she didn't even order like Uber XL, the big one. Maybe that would have been kind of bit reasonable. She went, she's ordering on the Lyft app. She could have ordered a forklift or something. Let me tell you this story, okay? Do you know, for example, right? Maybe, a sedan, what the load a sedan can take. Like most cars, it's like what 800 pounds or so, right? So now you got, let me see, Cat Ferguson said, why are you discussing black people? What do you have going on in your own effing country? Well, Cat, welcome to the Afridamus Report Zone. We're talking about freedom here. I can discuss any topic I want. And please make sure you like the show and donate, okay? You need to donate. If you're over here, spewing your nonsense, you need to donate. Then I will tell you, why I'm discussing this topic. Hit that donation button. If you don't donate, go get yourself out of this chat room right now. We don't have time for your nonsense. Are you related to this woman? Is she your cousin? Oh, you're mad at me for revealing your secret. She's probably one of those too, sitting over there in her musty bed. But let me tell you a story. There was this guy, and it was in the news years ago. So one of his co-workers called him. He was like, oh, can you give me a ride? I mean, this story is sad. And the co-worker, no, not the co-worker, the neighbor. And this neighbor was about the same size as this person. It ended up in a tragedy. So he wanted to be one of those people and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give you a ride. And he put the person in the car, drove. So if the car is only supposed to take 800 pounds, carry 800 pounds, for example, give and take, she is already about 600 pounds. And then the driver, we didn't see him. Let's say maybe he might be 200 pounds, So now the payload, is like a little bit over. So this guy, the other guy, the story I'm telling you, he gave ride to supersized neighbor. And the guy they were driving, they got to like a hill area. So the guy was trying to turn, swerve. All the weight where the big person was pulled the car, and the car flipped over. The driver lost his life. The big person made it because they are more cushiony, but because of their weight, they caused that car to flip. So the driver in this situation was right to mention his tires. This is going to destroy his car. Lyft is not going to pay for it. And maybe this story, he's also seen it before. Okay. So yeah, I mean, like, I'll tell you another story that happened to me years ago. So I went on a blind date. So this guy, he's like, hey man, I'm gonna introduce you to this woman. I mean, she black, by the way. You know, it was like, oh, she is beautiful. I was like, really? Let me see the picture. And send the pictures like a light skin, skinny black woman. I was like, oh, okay. So I drove in my sedan. I had like a Volkswagen Jetta, you know. And then and then I pull up and I thought it's like this skinny black person is gonna come. And guess who I saw standing? You guys are gonna think I'm making this up. It's like literally like this rapper. And and I was like, I just rolled the window. I was like, oh, it's such and her name was supposed to be Tiffany. It's like, I said, are you Tiffany? It was like, yeah. I was like, but you look different from the picture they showed me. She was like, oh, I get that a lot different. I was like, way different. And I was like, okay, let me just pull to the side. Let me pull to the side, you know, so I can, you know, pick you up and leave. And guys, what I did was, as soon as I acted like I was pulling to the side, I hit the gas so hard. I think in that neighborhood, I did maybe 100 miles an hour out of, like, I mean, the tires were spinning. I was out. So I totally understand this Uber driver's dilemma here. You know, people don't think these situations can go bad. So here we go.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car.
Man, this lawyer is a liar. So do you guys know that in Michigan, weight is a protected class? This lawyer is lying. Being overweight is not the same as being black. Let's just be honest. I mean, like, you're born black, but you're not born overweight like that, you know, fat. Let's just be real. This woman, do you know how much food you gotta eat to be this fat? That means, you know, every waking hour you are eating something. I mean, this woman is literally like a panda. Do you guys know what a panda is? It's like a Chinese, it's like a bear. So pandas, they eat non-stop. Every waking hour, even when they are sleeping, they're chewing. But the pandas, they eat bamboo. So the bamboo, you know, doesn't hold a lot of calories. So this woman, you know, to get this large, that means in a day, like this woman, all her waking hours, that means she's eating. Like, we're talking meals. At night, when she goes to sleep, while she's sleeping with 2 boxes of cookies in her bed. You guys think I'm making this up? If you think I'm making this up, you need to go watch one of those shows. Those people her size, they have an entire show about this. And look at what I'm explaining here. You know, it's not like I didn't study this. I've studied this already. So the lawyer here is lying, trying to equate oversized to being black. No, you can't control being black. You're born black. But nobody's born this big. I mean, let's just be real. So here we go.
Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
I can fit in this car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can. I really want people to see like what we go through as bigger people, you know.
Do you guys see this? So if she has to fly in a plane, she got to pay for extra seats, don't she? She knows this. But you know what? Ever since this was put out there in social media land, she's gotten a lot of backlash. Lots of it. And she responds, she makes a video responding. Here we go.
Let's talk about it. Since everybody in a bald-headed ass mama got something to say about Dank, bitch.
So now she's about to come here and badmouth everybody, not only them and their bald-headed mamas. So you can make this up. Do you guys see where she's making the video? So she's coming to respond to people who told her like, hey, the Lyft guy is right. You know, you are way too big. You know, you wouldn't fit in that car. I mean, social media, people went ham on her. And she is making the video from her favorite spot, the kitchen. Oh, when I said she had boxes of cookies and stuff, you guys thought I was lying, didn't you? Didn't you? Look at the background behind her. In the kitchen. Why is she in the kitchen? Why? What, this woman cannot make a simple video without being by the fridge? Like, what's going on, really? So let's hear what she gotta say.
First of all, let's touch bases on the big bitches in the back that got something to say about me. I seen a bitch say go walk. Bitches, you cool. Like, you only like one burger away from being my size. Like, y'all hoes got me fucked up. Bitch, stop calling yourself a BBW, hoe. Cause you not, bitch.
So she's mad at the people. And this is like even some of the people who are in her weight class. And some of them have told her the truth. And this woman, she needs to know. Even Lizzo. Do you guys remember Lizzo? So Lizzo was, I mean, go see Lizzo now. Lizzo was like almost her size. But Lizzo lost weight. Lizzo tried to push all this weight stuff on us, making it seem like, oh, I'm big and sexy. Oh, people are like, oh, hell no. I mean, you've crossed the line, Lizzo. And now I'm saying Lizzo is still fat, bro. Yeah, I mean, she's lost a lot of weight, okay? I mean, at this point, I mean, that Uber driver that pulled up to pick her up and refused her service should be able to pick Lizzo up at this point, because the pictures I saw of Lizzo, I think she can be picked up in a sedan now. And now I'm saying, I'm starting to suspect you love FBA pandas. Okay, here we go.
Other BBWs don't put other BBWs down, bitch. Second of all, bitch, I never contacted Lyft. Then y'all talking about, oh, she posted a video for clout. I am the fucking clout. I've been doing this shit a long time. I posted this.
Do you guys hear how hard she's breathing? This woman, I mean, people need to tell her the truth. Instead of saying go sue. I mean, she's clearly young. You can see that she's young. And carrying this weight is not good for her. Like, I mean, she's killing herself. You know? She's killing herself. She's clearly got pretty face. So all she gotta do is lose weight. That's all. But they're not telling her that. They're like, oh, you're a bad bee. You're this. No, she just need to lose weight.
Video because y'all got us fucked up. Y'all always trying to put big people in a fucking category. Oh, big people this or big da 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 or big bitches this and da da da. Stop doing that shit. Y'all want us to be in a fucking house, miserable, bored. Oh, cover up or da 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 da. You can't wear that. You big and da da da. Fuck you. Fuck you.
All right. She's a gangster. You guys see this? So she's very upset at the internet. I'm guessing like she probably will not like this stream, you know. But we are here to help her. So here in the United States, these are the type of things that are encouraged. So Lyft clearly, Lyft do not own that car. The driver owns the car. Guys, the link is in the chat. You can hit it if you want to. The driver owns that car. So now what Lyft, I would suggest Lyft do is they should add a section for weight. Because don't tell them that, don't tell people, oh, we want to see the weight. Just, scan their, just scan. When they put the information in, because they got to put their ID, their weight, all that. Now you can, X people out that way. But if you tell people, oh, they're going to be asking for weight, now they would open themselves up to lawsuit. But if they, it's like companies, they do this all the time. They'll be like, oh yeah, we're just gathering this information, blah, blah. But it's to weed out, like people who don't fit that. But if you let the public know, then you open yourself up to lawsuit. Or again, in these ghettos, people like her, as big as she is, she can have one of her skinny friends, because a lot of these big, like you would see crowd of black women, if they're this big, they have a skinny friend that they hang out with. So that skinny friend can order the Uber, and you end up showing up in a Geo Metro. Do you guys think she can fit in a Geo Metro? She weighs more than a Geo Metro. If you don't know what a Geo Metro looks like, Google it and see for yourself. So that's the only way, these companies can change these issues. It's always the blacks who bring the problem. You guys remember the other one also years ago? This black lady, she goes to McDonald's, and they gave her her coffee. Isn't coffee supposed to be hot? You know this, right? But she sues McDonald's. She said because the coffee burnt her. It was way too hot. Mind you, like you ordered coffee. I can see if you say iced coffee and they gave you a hot one. But she ordered coffee and then she sues McDonald's. She did make money. She made money, but you know what? McDonald's changed the rules. This is what Uber and Lyft is going to do as well. So that brings us to the end of this segment of the show. I will return again. I gotta go do another show in another platform where I am invited. So, but I will return later on for another show so I can open up the lines for discussion. But please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Don't hesitate to let me know how much you enjoyed this show. Okay? I will see you guys in the next one. I'm about to go do another show. Peace.
Lend thy ears to the Afridamers. Pay attention to the Afridamers. The true Soninke warrior. Natural is his intelligence. As a true professor. Solution to brainwash diseases. Sit back, relax, and hear the wisdom. Afridamers will heal your minds. Sit back, reflect, you'll find no objection. Afridamers will clear your doubts here. Always log on to the Afridamers. Lend thy ears to the Afridamers. Is the truth and no doubt the Soninke warrior.